And wait for it. Oh, we've popped up live a little bit sooner than I even expected. So hello everyone, and welcome to Geek Battle here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed, as well as Geek Battle and Geek Battle Gaming YouTube channels. Now, tonight we're going to be discussing all kinds of things that's going on in the world of popular culture, and probably even something that's not even popular culture. But we'll get into this and so much more after the intro.
Welcome to the Geek Battle Zone. We discuss comics and puny minds are blown. We debate Marvel versus DC, Skeletor, X-Men, and Ron Weasley. Judge David slams down the gavel at cap dreams of Henry Cavill. It's a Geek Battle stream, nerd rage as we assemble our Geek Avengers team. Welcome to the Geek Battle party. We are the Justice League and our Batman is Marty. Say Hitler's a Tim as movies are greenlit. Every new movie, Dev's already seen it. Xbox, Star Wars, and Star Wars Star Riders. He-Man, Star Trek, and David loves spiders. We battle as Marvel, and Disney will blink. And we try to crown the Geek of the Week. It's the Geek Battle Show. Welcome to the Geek Battleground, where we use the Force and the One Ring is found. Cap is wrong about Resident Evil 6. Everyone watch out, cause oh shit, it's Nick. Gerald and Tim and Diz will try to win at the Geek Battle quiz. David and Dave will confuse their crew as they dive in the TARDIS of Doctor Who. Watch out now, we're full of hot takes. Doug Courtney is garbage, but Red Dwarf is great. You love Sega, I love Nintendo, but in the Geek Battle, we are all friendos. Oh, it's a Geek Battle show. Oh, the Geek Battle show. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Geek Battle show.
Okay, and hello and welcome to Geek Battle. So my name is David Pstansky, and today I've got like a few different things to talk about. It's a bit of an interesting week. There's the elephant in the room is there's been a new series of Stranger Things, and I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I know. Have you seen that yet, Tim?
Not yet.
Okay.
I've been told I could watch I only watched the first season. I've been told I should watch the other 4, and
Yeah.
One of my coworkers who's a Marine was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you haven't seen it?" And he's passionate about it, so that's good.
Well, do you know, like, the funny thing is, I would say, like, the first season is by far the best. After that, season 2, at the time, I was a bit like, yeah, it's good. It's not as good as the first. The third one, I was like, this is better. Truthfully, I cannot remember a single thing that happened in it. And then the fourth one, I was like, oh my god, this is as good as the first one. And so now I've got to be baked into the fifth one, so, you know, I have to be there. So hopefully you can weather the storm of perhaps a dip in quality or something that isn't as, like, shockingly good as the first to get through to the really good stuff again.
Yeah. The first was good in that, like any good first season, it doesn't take on too much of the universe, you know. I really enjoyed it because it was a small area in which the story took place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do you know that is so true on so many particularly shows, but movies as well, that try to go bigger with like what they get into in sequels, and it ends up meaning that some of like the personal, like, small location, because it's like in a zombie film, like you watch the first 20 minutes as people are discovering what's going on, but then like with The Walking Dead, when everyone just already knows and they don't feel like it's a threat anymore. And I remember like the TV show 24, the first series was a revenge story, but after that it was always like nuclear bombs and stuff that just took it away from being something quite small and character based into being something ginormous.
Well, look at it, the Fast and Furious. The first movie, they're stealing VCRs.
Yeah.
And then, like, by, like, 7, there's isn't Idris Elba in a super suit or something? I don't know if that's the same movie.
So that was the one with The Rock and Jason Statham.
Yeah. Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, the realism of it just kind of gets thrown out the window.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second. I hate to break this to you, but what can I say except...
What's up?
What's
Nick,
up,
are you in a
Nick?
helicopter?
What?
He's got one of those helicopter hats. Okay, Nick, can you just lean back slightly, just so we get that framing? Okay, now step to your... I think... There we go. Yes.
That's like a James Bond from the 60s hat.
Yes, it is. Good call there, Tim.
70s. I'm not even sure when the first...
Okay, so literally, Tim, we kind of skipped over your intro here, so do you want to say hello to the people?
Hello to the people. And do we do Geek Facts today?
Yeah, if you've got one.
I was reading and listening to some Tolkien essays, like essays on his writing and stuff, and there's this myth that he hated or did not like C.S. Lewis. They're actually close friends, and he was just critical of C.S. Lewis's like Chronicles of Narnia because it was a little bit like on the cheek, I guess, you know. Whereas Tolkien's themes of Tolkien's Christian themes were sort of blended into the story. You know, one could argue that Aragorn or the Hobbit guy, Frodo Baggins, were both sort of Christ-like figures. C.S. Lewis had, you know, very, very like.
Wait, you're telling me that the Jesus allegory of the lion in what was the lion's name? Absalom? No.
Aslan? Aslan? But anyways, they're actually very close friends. And I just read up another fact is that when C.S. Lewis passed, Tolkien described it as an axe blow close to the roots. So like at the very what a lovely way to describe the relationship that they had and the impact that they had on him, even though like the loss of it though was difficult to.
It's weird when you hear about like these historical writers and then hear that they were friends or whatever, and you're like, wait, I'm sure like to me C.S. Lewis feels like 100 years ago or whatever, and Tolkien I guess feels more recent, which he definitely shouldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's fascinating because you know, you think of like these were all writers that were somewhat peers and they supported each other in certain ways. Like I think like Ty Frank, the guy who wrote The Expanse, he spent some time working under George R.R. Martin, or there's some relationship between like the Game of Thrones author and the Expanse author, of which I haven't read the Game of Thrones, but you got to read the Expanse books. They're friggin' delicious.
Okay, good to know. Okay, bit by bit we are piling in. So before we can actually get to Nick's intro properly, Dev, hello. Good, we're there.
Hi.
Okay, so just very quickly, because just as Tim was about to do his intro, Nick turned up. Just as I was about to come to Nick, Dev's turned up. Before we get to you, Dev, fingers crossed that Cap will keep this going. But Nick, say hello to the people. Damn, he's here already. Right, okay, so... hello, Cap, hello.
Bye, go away.
Right, so...
okay, bye.
Nick, say hello to the people, and do you have a geek trivia fact for us?
Hello to the people. Yes, I don't have a geek fact. I forgot there was a show today.
Don't worry.
I actually going to do something else on Twitch.
Don't do something else on Twitch. Right, okay. Dev, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. My geek trivia fact is that there was a possible tease for Injustice 3 or a game or a Injustice style fighting game with the new DCKO comic book series, because it's a multiversal battle royale thing.
Yeah.
And in one of the latest issues, Sub-Zero and Homelander appeared through a portal.
Wait, and this is in a comic book.
Yeah, it's called DCKO.
Okay,
Isn't
well,
that what happened in the new? Isn't that what happened in the new Mortal Kombat? How like they got into the Mortal Kombat realm?
Mortal Kombat itself is a big mess because, thanks to the multiversal thing, it turns out every ending that ever happened in Mortal Kombat is canon. It's a multiversal thing now.
Okay,
Yeah.
everything's a multiversal thing now, right? Like, I don't want to say that the multiverse is done to death because I frankly love it, but like everything's just it solves all continuity errors, all what if scenarios.
It is the 2020 version of A Wizard Did It.
Of a wizard did it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard that phrase. What is it? What does it mean by a wizard did it? Remind me what that was.
I don't know where it came from, but it was popular because of Simpsons, where a fan would ask a question saying there was a canon error or like a production error. Why did that happen?
Ah, okay.
They couldn't think of a reason, so they said, "Oh, a wizard did it."
Okay, right. So as you were saying that, now it's good to know the origin of this. I remembered where I was familiar with it from. About 3, maybe even 4 years ago, there was one of the online Extreme Improv Xstreamed World Championship festivals, and one of the guest acts was called A Wizard Did It. I didn't get it then, but now I'm glad to have the context of why their show was called A Wizard Did It. Okay, and on that note, Capelthave, say hello to the people.
Hail from the land of leopards, elephants, and crocodiles. And my geek fact of the day is Garfield sucks as a fruit critic because the lasagna is terrible.
Okay,
It was about lasagna.
Yeah. So just for context, in our group chat earlier today, Capelthave was having a meltdown about that he's had lasagna. And Cap, I think it's fair to say, now audience, let us know what your thoughts on this.
And I would like to add additional context to this.
Go for it.
It was takeaway lasagna from Pizza Hut
Pizza.
that was microwaved.
Yeah.
And it was made using chicken.
Yeah, made using chicken. That was the key detail. But Cap thought it was going to be like a sweet dish. He thought lasagna was going to be savoury for, like, not savoury, but sweet.
Tiramisu.
A dessert.
Yeah, like that's
You
like
gotta do tiramisu. That's the lasagna of desserts.
Yeah.
It's a layered cake.
The American lasagna of desserts is tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Like,
yeah, sure.
The-
Wow,
the
I've never considered that as being a version of lasagna, but I see what you mean. Yeah.
I feel like it's American, so excuse me.
Wow.
For me,
but,
I thought it was layer cake, wasn't it?
no, but like a
Would be-
tiramisu, it does have a kind of
There's layers of it, like
Yeah. I'm going to bring it up. Tiramisu.
lasagna. It's cheese, it's beef and sauce, and then a layer of pasta.
Like, okay, so
if you've ever had
tiramisu, or it does kind of have that lasagna vibe look to it. Like that looks like a tray of sweet lasagna.
Yeah.
You're a tray of sweet lasagna, David.
I am a tray of sweet lasagna, Nick. You're right. Fun stuff. But Cap, just so we can hear it and not just read the words. What was your experience of the first mouthful?
Again, thought it was going to be sweet, but it wasn't sweet. It was just creamy and cheesy. I was like, okay, the first bite is not bad. Let me just go deep into it. And I took a second bite, and I had a visceral reaction that my body just said, okay, this is good. I'm making you vomit. And I just couldn't eat another bite anymore.
Wow, that is epic. Okay, so just having a quick look at the comments here. So Miha Paul, I can't read your name, I'll be honest, says, what is happening? So basically, Capelthave thought that lasagna was a dessert. So that's the main thing there. But we're just getting into the show.
I got introduced to lasagna through Garfield. Yeah. And again, the picture of it, at least the Garfield movie, the picture of it was red, it was layered.
Garfield movie? The Garfield movie is trash.
Shut up, Nick. That's not the problem here. It's the lasagna. It's the lasagna. Focus on the lasagna.
So Garfield movie is garbage.
Okay, hang on. Wait. So, first of all, do you mean the Chris Pratt one or the Bill Murray one, Nick?
No. The Bill Murray
No,
one is the
but
one
what
that
does
I
Nick
saw.
when Nick says it's trash? Which one do you mean?
Both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
In fact.
Right, but anyway, so look, that's what you saw, and you thought that somehow that was like strawberry jam.
Yeah, I thought that, a jammy, fruity, something like that. Maybe like something with tomato. But then I ate it. It's like, oh, it's not fruity at all.
I'll say
Wow.
this.
It's very little sauce, to be honest.
The original Garfield show by himself I didn't like. But when they added the farmyard, like Garfield
Awesome
and
fun.
Friends,
Yeah.
it's when it got better.
Wait, you don't
And
like
cheese doesn't have
the original
really sweet
Garfield?
flavor.
By itself, no. When they added Dawson's Farm, it was great.
Oh,
Awesome
I always
Fun was
liked
awesome.
Garfield.
I've actually. So here's the funny thing. So again, I got introduced to Garfield through the terrible movie that Nick said. I didn't mind it. But then I saw the cartoon show, and I thought, yeah, the cartoon show is a lot better, specifically in writing.
Right, I'll show you how I got introduced to Garfield. Let me see if I can actually find it. I don't think this is it. But basically, this will give you the sense of it. Garfield used to look like this. And it was... Garfield, like, originally was just a comic. And then they'd do a book. And I had so many of them for so many years. And then they'd release books after books after books. And you'd get these little books like this. But the original ones, they ended up redrawing them all. Because originally he looked really like big, his nose was a different shape. That shows what he originally looked like. And
He was
then-
white?
No, he was in black and white. Jeez. No, he's not a white cat, he's just in black and white. And then they changed him to look like this. So, yeah.
I mean, Garfield has always been great. Like most, I like the Halloween special that Garfield did. Thanksgiving special is also really good. It actually has a heartwarming Thanksgiving song. I haven't heard that much Thanksgiving songs, at least holiday cartoons and things like that. Only Garfield's the one who actually did a good Thanksgiving song.
Charlie Brown.
I've never got into Charlie Brown, so I can't say anything.
I
about
never
it.
got into Charlie Brown either, I'm afraid.
I didn't, but it was the most well-known Thanksgiving cartoon that everybody knows, basically.
There was a Garfield short that I remember to this day, even though I haven't seen it in like 30 years, where he's just hanging on to a, like he's hanging from a curtain, and he's like, I'm bored. Bored. So bored, I wish something would happen. Then the curtain is up, then they show you that the curtain is on a door, and the door gets slammed by John, and Garfield gets pinned against the door, and he's like, Odie, we're gonna go for a car ride or whatever. And then he closes the door, and Garfield is like, ow, and he's slowly like sliding down the curtain, and I'm like, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not for animal abuse, but I still remember that. I haven't seen like 30 years.
I'm trying to remember if the normal, the little grey cat, was that Garfield's nephew or something?
No, I don't think so. And Nermal was a boy, right? I always thought Nermal was a girl.
No, Nermal was a girl.
That's on the show.
No,
That's on
Nermal was
the
a
show.
boy.
No, Nermal was a boy.
Apparently, he's been both. He's been both.
The girl cat was Irene, but I never remember her in the old cartoons. The girl cat was Irene.
Ollie.
Okay, Ollie.
Ollie,
Yeah,
come
okay.
on. Who can tell me the name of the teddy bear?
Ollie.
Who can tell me the name of the teddy bear?
The teddy bear?
Teddy? No,
Yes.
that's Mr. Bean's bear.
It looks very similar, but Garfield had a teddy bear.
Pookie.
There you go.
Pookie,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah. Wow. Right. Yeah.
My favorite episode of the old cartoons, David, is where they made fun of like the Saturday night cartoon shows, because Garfield somehow ends up taking a multiverse trip in the 80s, where he visits like all types of genres of Saturday morning cartoons. First he goes to like the action genre, He-Man type genre, and he was afraid that this is so violent, everything is so bad, and he then jumps to another universe where it's PBS, where all the animals are, hey, we're like cute animals that are gonna teach you math and discovery and science and all that stuff. And then Garfield goes, take me back to the violent robots, please, anything but this boredom.
Welcome to Garfield Battle.
Yeah, this is Garfield Battle. Now, I do want to bring it on to something else, something that caught my attention earlier today. Some of you may have read about this, but Quentin Tarantino has caused a stir on the internet because there's some interview where he criticises the actor Paul Dano, who I only know who played the Riddler in the most recent Robert Pattinson Batman movie. So the guy who played the Riddler in the most recent Batman film. Apparently he was in the Daniel Day-Lewis movie There Will Be Blood, which I've got on DVD, but I truthfully have never watched. But I want to give you this quote, and then I want to get your take on it here. So Quentin Tarantino, speaking about There Will Be Blood, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, said it would stand a good chance at being number 1 or number 2 as like the greatest movie of the last 25 years or this century or whatever, if it didn't have a big giant flaw in it. And that flaw is Paul Dano. Obviously, it's supposed to be a two-hander, but it's so also drastically obvious that it's not a two-hander. Dano is weak sauce, man. He is the weak sister. Austin Butler would have been wonderful in that role. He's just such a weak, uninteresting guy. The weakest effing actor in SAG. Hold on. Hold on, Dev, hold on. Then the interviewer says... Or the interviewer, blah, 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 says that he faced an impossible task working alongside Daniel Day-Lewis. But then Tarantino countered. So you put him in, with the weakest male actor in SAG, the limpest dick in the world. Later, he clarified his position, insisting, I'm not saying he's giving a terrible performance, I'm just saying he's giving a non-entity performance. I don't care for him. I don't care for him. I don't care for Owen Wilson. I don't care for Matthew Lillard. Now, what's your take on this? Should a director just be absolutely shitting on well-known established actors
he just
like that?
trashed Ewan without even trying. Owen
Wilson, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. It's just like, it feels like this is an unprovoked attack.
This is war, Tarantino. You shouldn't have touched Shaggy. That was the greatest performance.
Well, he doesn't say about that. He just says he doesn't care for the actor. But it feels like Matthew Lillard hasn't done anything for a lot of years. So just to get one of the top... Hang on, Nick, hang on. Just to get one of the top 5 most famous directors of all time absolutely trash you out of the blue for a movie that came out 15, 20 years ago. It's just like that. It's brutal. Okay, Dev.
Well, I have a lot of things to say about this. Because I truly believe this is a hit piece on Tarantino. This is the way to make Tarantino look bad. Because earlier in the week, even before this, he said that the Mockingjay, or whatever, the Hunger Games were a rip-off of Battle Royale. And that really upset some Hollywood bigwig. And I swear to God, it sounds like it was targeted to make Tarantino sound bad, so they could discredit his opinion on Hunger Games.
Okay, I haven't quite followed that. So they've done this what?
Okay, so a week, even just before this,
yeah,
Tarantino had another interview where he called the Hunger Games a rip-off of Battle Royale.
Well, yeah, it is, but loads of movies are. Like,
yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
everything's
convinced,
a copy of nothing.
Yeah.
Almost.
So I'm convinced they've highlighted this interview to make him look bad, to discredit his opinion on Battle Royale, to protect Hunger Games.
Ah, well, that'd be, well, like, Lord protect the Hunger Games. Like, who cares? But,
Going back to Matthew Lillard for a second.
Yeah, go on, Nick.
So, I love Matthew Lillard as Shaggy. I love him as serial killer in Hackers.
A serial killer in Hackers? Don't you mean in Scream?
Yeah.
No, I mean in Hackers.
Oh, I've not seen Hackers.
He's in Hackers, he's in Scream, he's in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dude, in Hackers.
And he has not been
Character-
doing nothing. He's actually directed, I think, voiced and directed some Scooby-Doo animated flicks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
So-
principal.
So what you're saying, Cap, is he's doing nothing.
He's a strong fan base.
He's Shaggy. He doesn't need to do anything anymore. He's
Yeah.
played the ultimate role of big time. Forget Batman, Superman,
He's the
Shaggy.
main villain in Purple Freddy's.
Yeah, but okay, again, that's a voiceover, right?
No, he's actually on it.
What?
As himself.
Five Nights at Freddy's is live action.
Yes.
Wow, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So, David, do me a favor. After the stream and after Extreme Improv, watch Hackers. I think you will love it. It's 90s-tastic.
It's
Okay.
great. It's 90s as fuck.
Okay, good.
It's like-
I definitely will. I have a slight fear right now that there's going to be a serial killer, and I now know that it's Matthew Lillard. I'm past.
Wrong franchise. Wrong franchise.
Wait. It doesn't matter though. Like, if the statute of limitations on spoilers, if it's a 90s movie, that's on me.
So, my favorite line in that movie is when Matthew Lillard introduces himself to the main character. He's like, I'm serial killer. Like Fruit Loops, not serial killer.
Okay, good.
Serial is in CER.
Oh, serial.
That track.
I like
Yeah.
it. Captain Crunch.
Exactly that track.
Yeah.
I think if you're
I would say the
Quentin Tarantino and you're being criticized by him, you just market it. You know, just be like, I think I'm a good actor. I'm gonna do this movie. You know, Matthew Lillard's
Hey.
back on. You know, his virality's going up. Let's see what the trend is now.
Maybe
actually.
maybe 5 jackasses will mention him in the Geek podcast one day.
Well, do you know, like, the interesting thing with Matthew Lillard is that this feels like an attack when he might actually be on the verge of, like, he was, like, all over social media at the Comic-Con a couple of months ago for his comments about Scooby-Doo, and there's a lot of hype around the idea that he'll come back in Scream because, you know, you didn't see the fate of his character, and people are saying about they've been dropping hints about saying if you believe he's actually dead and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, he might be about to be back, but for some reason Tarantino's trying to stop
Who doesn't
this.
play Scream? I haven't seen Scream since it came out.
Although I forgive Tarantino for this one because like he had the best takes about the Toy Story franchise. According
He
to
did.
him, Toy Story is the perfect trilogy, and Disney ruined everything by making a fourth movie.
I've heard this quote, but Tarantino also, and I agree with him, but Tarantino also said he hadn't seen the fourth movie. So it feels like he's got lots of big stakes.
Yeah, Yeah,
Does
but he
he-
doesn't have to. He doesn't have to because the story ends in the third film, where like you know the story everything's complete. The toys have completed their responsibility. They have actually moved on from the generation where they think, "So long, partner." The whole
See-
thing ends.
I don't like. I really do like the film Toy Story 3, but I like it mostly because of that gut punch scene where they all think they're going to die. You take that out of it, and I'm like, I don't like the idea that they suddenly show that Andy's grown up and just throws away his toys. I didn't like that. I didn't like that they were then given to the girl at the end, who, from the fourth film,
Bonnie.
she didn't even care about them. She got rid of them. Right? It's just they should have stayed there and his toys. So, you know.
Look, Toy
Yeah,
Story
I think
4
again
is
the
basically the Shining.
fourth
Guys, we
film
can't
is
over-
what cheapens it. The
Sorry.
fourth film.
Just let's make sure we go one at a time. Go on, Cap. Cap.
The fourth film is what cheapens it because in the third film, when Andy actually planned to take Woody to college, actually, and then Bonnie is the one who actually fought for it. She was like, "There's a snake in my boots," and she's like, "That's his favorite toy now." And then Andy's like, "Okay, this girl now loves this toy more than anything," and he gives it away. But then the fourth movie, Bonnie doesn't give a shit about Woody, and that's only because of the director. Because the director actually came on and said, "Oh, I have a little girl who she only plays with Jessie, so that's why I made Jessie the favorite doll in this movie." Like, who the hell cares, man? The story was Bonnie and Woody. You changed it because you're a little girl. Sorry for the little girl, but I got that pissed me off.
Well, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But yeah, so I obviously Tarantino's at a point where he can genuinely say and do anything he wants. He isn't going to lose any opportunities. He doesn't need any opportunities. I still there's still a part of me that feels like there's comes like some degree of responsibility that unless there's something behind this, where there's some personal beef that he's got, it's like he's damaging to a guy's career, to anyone's career, just to have one of the most respected people out there just out of the blue. Like like when the movie Cats came out a few years ago, and like it's got James Corden in it, Judi Dench, and whoever else. They could be like, that film stunk. That's going to win the Razzies. Like, what was Judi Dench thinking? She was an Oscar winner. Blah blah blah. But just to like attack someone for not even something that's generally seen as a stinker, but something that was like Daniel Day-Lewis won awards, Oscars, and all this. It was like a massive movie, and just to say, yeah, someone is weak sauce, limp dick, and it's just like you're really killing this guy's career in a sense. So go on, Tim.
I guess we're all at risk of that happening to us on the internet, to be judged so harshly. Maybe the actors can take that as a pivot, and no, in some ways, no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah.
So this gives Matthew Lillard maybe some opportunity there. But it's hard because it does feel very personal in a way.
Well, yeah, but like also, and just to be like, especially in the case of Matthew Lillard and Owen Wilson, just to be tagged on. And to be fair, he only said he doesn't care for them. It was only the first one where he was like, "This is the worst actor in the Screen Actors
like
Guild."
Owen Wilson. I think he's really funny.
So he doesn't like anybody that talks like, "Hi, wow, this is so." He doesn't like mellow. He just doesn't like mellow. This voice tone, because all three of them have the same.
You're
voice
right,
tone.
Kat.
Shaggy also has that.
You're right. You're right.
But
Hang on a second.
I think
But that's also what Quentin Tarantino sounds like.
You're spotting the creative trend,
Self-hatred.
though, which makes it less personal and makes it more of like this is what I can't stand in an actor. And I'm bringing up these three names because they're the three people that most resemble that in the movies I've seen. Maybe I'm trying to interpret it too much.
You are. But we all nerds.
Yeah. Dev.
Because like that's the only similarity I can think of. They all sound very similar, and all the roles they're this lighter tone, this kind of voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although I do love Owen Wilson as Mobius, T. Mobius in Loki.
Oh
Yeah.
I have got such issues with Loki. Loki could have been the best thing ever, and it wasn't.
Yeah. I saw a really interesting thing on YouTube today. That if Disney wasn't trying to squeeze out every single ounce of content, that the Marvel Cinematic Universe would be way better. And I'm like, yeah, 100%.
Well, it would. Okay, so my only issue with like Owen Wilson in Loki, well, several, but my main one, Owen Wilson in Loki, and then Martin Freeman in like Wakanda Forever, and then in Secret Wars or whatever, is that you've got these really famous actors. Like, we're going to put you in a superhero film. Imagine being Owen Wilson. He's like, wow, what's my costume going to be? It's like a suit and a tie. It's like you're casting these people as like the most boring looking characters. It's just he's just Owen Wilson in it. He literally is just Owen Wilson.
The biggest problem, David, they missed the best cameo they could have given, because like now Disney's belong, Pixar, everything is one way. Everyone expected when Owen Wilson tries to save Loki when he came in that terrible car, everyone expected he was going to drive in cars, Lightning McQueen to save Loki, and everyone was expecting that, but they didn't do it. Then a meme guy had to do it, and that was the famous image of all time.
Yeah, that's a fun idea.
They just
Tim, then Dev.
I think that the Mobius, the character in Loki, he is, for his universe, extremely weak. But when it comes to time manipulation in our universe, he's extremely powerful. So maybe his character is supposed to be just like an average line worker, and that works really well with Owen Wilson's like, oh, I'm just easygoing, just do the work, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if that fits the story though,
Do I remember correct that at the end of Ant-Man Quantumania, coincidence that you've got that thing there, Dev, of whatever the hell he was called. What was that thing called? That gremlin next
MODOK.
to MODOK, right? It doesn't, at the end of that, isn't there like a post-credit scene that shows Loki and Owen Wilson? I think there is.
I think it shows one of the... It shows one of the Kangs, does it? Like, isn't it like the giant Kang party?
Yeah, there's the giant Kang party,
Yeah.
but isn't the other post-credit scene where it shows that there's a Kang, and then it shows that Owen Wilson and Loki are like watching him? Because my only point I was going to say, if that is correct, and I might be wrong, but like, unless he's going to suddenly turn up in the Avengers, and because I think Loki is scheduled to be back for the next movie. It's like Owen Wilson's only role in an MCU movie is just going to be like a 5-second cameo at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which is kind of terrible, but because I'm a fan of Owen Wilson. Wow. Okay, Nick. Oh, sorry, Dev first. Dev, I hadn't come to you.
About the rumor is, and I'm going to say this. Yeah, okay. So allegedly, according to Twitter, the reason Tarantino hates Paul Dano is because Paul Dano made fun of his attraction to feet.
But
Well,
everyone makes fun of
yeah,
that.
everyone makes fun of
and
that.
it's so obvious.
But
Like-
he did it to his face, though. Apparently, Paul Dano did it to his face.
Okay.
Oh,
He should have done it to his feet. Look, he made... he didn't direct... he wrote Dusk Till Dawn, didn't he?
He did, yes.
So
Yeah.
he then swung himself
no,
the role
so-
where he's drinking champagne off of... what's her face's foot?
Selma Hayek's fault.
Selma Hayek's foot.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah. And it's like, wait, how many movies has Tarantino got that big a role in that aren't, he's just like a little cameo guy. He's like, oh, I'm playing George Clooney's brother. It's like, really? He's like, I'm playing it. Oh, I guess I've got to do this, So he's kind of earned that reputation.
I think even in like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like most of the shots of Margot Robbie is her feet.
Yeah. And during Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Uma Thurman told her daughter, who's in Stranger Things, that she should keep her shoes on whenever she's around him.
Okay. Nick.
Going back very quickly to Marvel stuff, I want to see a spin-off series of Darcy Lewis and Jimmy Woo. Like, no superheroes, just like them kind of like just like a buddy cop thing with, I want to see one of those two characters just like kind of being like detectives and kind of goofy,
You
I think
kind of get that in Marvel Zombies, kind of.
A little bit, but do you mean like without superhero stuff, just those characters doing cop stuff?
Yeah, kind of like a detective thing, or I don't know. But very much like a buddy comedy.
It might be
Kind of.
fun, just because, like, the idea of doing, like, any Marvel shows going forward, rather than every single one being that something's going to destroy the universe, or even say, oh, this is street-level crime, where you suddenly just get ninjas and stuff. What if you've just got characters doing cop work, and it's just, like, and in the background there's just, like, a poster occasionally of, like, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and it's just, it's just in that world, but you never deal with superhero stories.
Right, it's like
That's what Batman movies do all the time. They
So,
never make it about the world.
Yeah.
No. But Batman movies, he's still dressed in a cape. He still has to have someone, even when they make it grounded, he's still got like, I've got hypnotic powers and a scarecrow mask. I mean, literally, it's in that world. But so like what Gotham should have been, it's just the detective work of Jim Gordon, and he's doing stuff like you'd see in CSI.
I think you just
to be in that
described
world.
the series Gotham.
No,
I think
I
you
just
just
said.
described the series.
But no,
Yeah.
but in Gotham, they had every
The Marvel
single
version.
week. But in every single week in Gotham, it's like, well, here's the Penguin, here's Catwoman, here's the Riddler, and bit by bit, we're getting all these superhero costumes and that. I literally mean you don't get people called the Penguin or the Riddler. You literally just get they're arresting Nick Stevens, who's a petty criminal, and it's just like a sorry, Nick.
Okay, then. Okay, then Daredevil or Daredevil or Jessica
He's still in a
Jones
costume.
and what
No,
else?
they're still in costume.
Powers.
Okay,
No, the closest. Okay,
Punisher.
Cap, no, Cap. Listen, what he means is like powerless, like the
No
the
ninjas.
DC show.
Yeah, no ninjas, no
Where-
backflips, no like. It's literally just a cop
Do you know
show,
what the
just set
story
within
for
that world.
Punisher? Punisher, you don't get any powers. You're just shooting. Punisher works.
They
Maybe.
powerless.
Done in the sense like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, kind of like a funny cop show. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys,
that those two characters have a very interesting kind of chemistry that could be done comedically, but not like a stupid comedy, but like.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like they have no powers. They're not super geniuses. They're just regular people dealing with the crimes that the superheroes don't even bother with.
Correct,
Yeah.
but in a fun.
Nick, watch Adam Sandler's murder mystery. Your void has been filled.
No, but I don't like Adam Sandler. Fuck that guy.
You don't like Adam Sandler?
Can ignite a fire. I will start the fire.
Wow. Dev.
So basically, what you described, the police procedural show without any powers and stuff, that was basically the first episode of Agatha All Along. The first episode.
Don't
kind of,
invoke that name.
No, because it was like literally like
I do
one
agree. I
episode
see your point.
in the police thing. And for the DC side, they had a show where there's a bunch of characters working in an office, and their job is to clear up the damage of the superhero battles.
Yeah.
What show is that?
Powerless.
I don't know that show.
It's a recovery and repair company run by Bruce Wayne's cousin.
When was this show made?
Around mid 2010s.
Wow.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Tim.
Adam West makes cameo.
I'd like to see. I've been watching The Wire, and I love that show because I spent some time in Baltimore, and there's like a comedy to it's a serious crime drama, but there's like a comedy to the way that the characters are delayed in progressing the story. You know, like bureaucracy, or like the ego of a certain character prevents something from happening. Like I feel like if you could mix the Jimmy Woo crime cop buddy thing with like making the background setting be a character as well in the story of like superheroes and how their actions sort of just get in the way of the regular cop buddy drama. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I've just looked up this TV show, Powerless. Nick, this is exactly what you're looking for. Takes place in the DC universe, and it's about security, whatever, paid for by Wayne, and it specializes in help ordinary humans avoid becoming collateral damage in battles between superheroes and supervillains. It ran for one season. They only aired 9 episodes of it.
Does it have Darcy Lewis and Jimmy Woo? No.
It has
Okay,
Vanessa Hudgens and
fine.
I specifically want to see Darcy
Okay.
Lewis and Jimmy Woo flying around, going to get ice cream and like being silly and funny and solving crime.
go watch Two Broke Girls. If you want that, watch Two Broke Girls.
Oh no, I love Chubo Girls.
Yeah.
Kat Dennings is absolutely beautiful. As
Nick,
well.
you should write the script.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got your challenge by next episode. Nick.
Hey, give me this. Give me
We'll
the
do a
script. I'll
table
get
read.
Store or two to make it real.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
No, fuck that noise. I write. I like to write. I'll come up with something.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do the table read on the
That'd be
next
cool.
episode.
Yeah, I will read. Give me the stupid character.
Can I give you Darcy Lewis?
They're both stupid.
They're both not stupid. They just don't have powers.
Okay, can I? I don't know. Right, can I play in Ant-Man? You know his friend that's like the petty criminal that says all the really elaborate explanations really fast.
Yeah,
I wanna
Summary
play his
guy,
role.
Lewis.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, Luis. Love it.
Luis, there you go. Yeah.
That's actually my favorite character in Ant-Man. I'm not gonna lie.
I love.
Can I
Imagine-
play Sam Jackson?
I was
Can I play Sam Jackson, Nick, so I can say motherfucker all the time?
So
in the Marvel comics, you'll get to say it one time.
Okay, so what? Just very quickly, when there's a new Ant-Man film, right, and the actor that plays Luis, and he can be look, he was in the American version of Broadchurch, whatever they called it, Grace Point, playing like a serious role. He's a good actor, and
He's a great actor.
he is a really good actor. But then in that character,
Oh, really like.
in that role where he's just like this, like really wired, like always kind of positive, happy character, he must read those scripts. And especially on the first one, he's like, yeah, oh, okay, I've got a monologue, and it's like this has to be done in 15 seconds. And as an actor, you're just going to be like, oh my god, I've got to learn this thing, and I've got to get it so I can crunch it into just a few seconds. Dev.
So according to like rumors and stuff, right? Both Paul Rudd and the actor for Luis pitched this scene where when Ant-Man gets rescued from the quantum realm, Luis catches him up on the 5 years.
Wait, he catches what when he's
You know when Paul Rudd's gone missing for 5 years because of the blip,
yeah
and he wasn't part of the blip because he was in the quantum realm, right?
yeah.
They wanted a scene
Yeah.
where Luis tells him what happened in the last 5 years.
Oh, they didn't do that, did they?
No.
Oh, they should have done. They should have
I think
done.
it would have. I think it would have ruined the tone. I think it would have ruined the tone because like the Paul Rudd's coming back was like some this dramatic thing where it's like looking around. So they're like, if we put in, oh, you know what happened? This like, pink blue alien just came through, and then Iron Man went to space, and then Spider-Man followed him, and we don't know what happened. And then Paul suddenly it coming in, and Captain America didn't have a shield. It was so triangle and stuff. It would have been like everyone would be like, okay, the tone is completely off. We're back to goofy Marvel.
The funny thing about like the Avengers films is when you watch them and they bring together like the characters, for the most part, like the individual, like the characters from the Thor movies, the characters like the love interest, the sidekicks, the side characters, they all just get kind of ignored in like the first Avengers film and Age of Ultron. And then suddenly, like when they did Endgame and that, and it's something like, oh wow, Pepper Potts, they've remembered some of the smaller like characters in a sense to bring them in. But and like you got oh damn it, what's Spider-Man's friend called? Who's in it for like 2 seconds?
Ned.
Got, like, sorry.
Ned?
Ned, yeah, he's got like one line in the movie, and it's like so some of these characters like MJ is not in the Spider-Man is in the Avengers films and stuff like that. They strip away all these side characters, but that just if they brought back Paul Rudd, they brought back Luis, and there's Paul Rudd there. He's like, oh, I've got to tell you, and he's got to just do all this. That would have been it would have been worth it. It would have been worth it. But go on, Dev.
I just remembered what I was going to say when you said Everett Ross in Black Panther. I just realized a joke that I was going to say was in Black Panther, they only have 2 white actors in the movie.
Yeah,
They
sure.
are the guy who plays Everett Ross,
Yeah.
Ulysses Claw, and Nick.
Bucky Barnes is also white. Jeb Sand.
Nick, let me finish, Nick. But the significance of those, they are the Tolkien white people.
They're the what?
Instead of token white people, they are the Tolkien white people.
Yeah, because they were
Because
Smee, Gollum,
Pretty
and
good. That's not
Tolkien
bad.
Yeah.
white people. I like it.
Yeah, that's the other one.
That is a good joke. Okay, so guys,
Both the
the Gone Cap.
No, I was gonna explain the joke like a total duh. It's they're from Lord of the Rings. That's why I've been talking. I was just gonna explain that. Duh.
Oh, I didn't get it. Thank you.
Now, something I was going to say. I don't know what stuff you guys have seen. Now, I was saying just when we began, and it was just me and Tim here. So let's stay off the spoilers of this. I have not seen the most recent season of Stranger Things, which I know came out a couple of days back. So let's stay off the spoilers if people have. But has anyone seen that to give any impressions? Is it good, or has no one here seen it?
I heard something strange happens in that Stranger Things series.
Anyone else? Nick, Dev?
No.
Nope.
I stopped watching after season 2.
Okay, right. I said this to Tim earlier. I'll say it again. Nick, did you like the first season?
I did.
Right. Season 2 kind of stunk. The quality it felt like familiar and it's more of the same, but it wasn't any better. If anything, it was slightly worse. My memory of season 3 was at the time saying, okay, this is as good, still not as good as season 1, but truthfully, I don't really remember what happens in season 3. Season 4, however, was amazing. And so I absolutely got to see this through to the end with season 5. But season 4 is worth it. Sorry,
I have a 17-year-old niece, and she is obsessed with Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh my god, you have to watch this! It's so good. You like it. It's so geeky. You talk about D&D." I'm like, "Yeah." I have a theory on how the show is going to end. I have not seen it yet, and I may have said this already on this podcast, but I will repeat it if there's any interest in that.
Yeah, go for it.
The end of Stranger Things is going to be Lucas, Dustin, the 5 main kids, maybe Mad Max. At the end, just sitting around a table playing D&D, and that's going to be how the show's going to end. And the show is an entire extended D&D game that has been happening.
Whoa, that's a really good theory.
For like 20 years, because I've been in games that have been like a decade-long games that people have gone and come back and we play online. Like I'm playing a game right now, which is started when I was in Florida 20 years ago, and then we play online once a month. And then those who are local play at my friend's house.
Okay,
Cool.
so right, it's the ultimate. It was all a dream ending, but I kind of like the idea that it ties back into how the very first episode began. I do like that. However, okay, let me just ask something, because Extreme Improv have done Dungeons and Dragons based shows at least 3 times, I believe, but definitely twice, maybe a third time. I'll be honest, it feels like something. So many people have told me as an improv guy, you should do D&D, you'd love it. I don't understand it enough. How can a single game of it last 20 years?
So, my friend, our GM is the guy who ran the game was a guy named Brian. And Brian loved to write worlds. Basically, the best way for me to describe Choose Your Own Adventure,
Yeah.
D&D is as a big Choose Your Own Adventure with kind of a finalized point. But then, so like we would explore a world that Brian had come up with, and then he had already come up with one world that he was writing when we would go to after we were done exploring this world. So Brian is a prolific writer. He loves to write. So he had like
I think it's more like I always thought it's more like Witcher 3, where you go on a main quest and then get sidetracked by a side quest, which lasts for however long time, and then suddenly you get back to the main quest. Oh, of course, you gotta find Siri, and then you get another side quest, and then you sidetrack, and your GM is like, "I'll entertain this," and he just continues on.
Like, oh my god, like my character was a warlock, and I wanted a broom of flying. So he sent the party on a quest that lasted 6 months for me to fucking get a broom of flying.
So okay, is it an actual game, or is it just someone's got an idea and you just go along with it?
It's a game. There's a rule set, and
so is it just your friend saying,
it'll
now
be
there's
like
another door at the end, or is there a way where you can actually, against his will, win?
So you don't win at D&D. D&D is not a winner. It's just the completion of a story.
Okay.
like you would be actually, David, I believe that you would be a fantastic GM
Oh, thank you.
because you are a very talented storyteller.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers,
But
man. I appreciate that.
But here's the thing: the players will fuck with your story, and you just have to be able to say,
Yeah.
"Okay, so when
David,
Campbell
it'll be
decides-
like this. Imagine that we're playing, and then you're the GM, and you're like, okay, you must go to the castle and rescue the princess. And I say, I need a cool sword, David. I'm going to find the Lady of the Lake. But you need to save the princess. No, I need a cool
We'll
sword,
go
David.
find
Just
the
give me a
fucking
cool
sword.
sword.
Then we'll come back, and that's when the GM will say, "All right, cool, game's over." And then on the free time, you write the whole quest of your player's going to find the sword, and you keep that in your back pocket until somebody says, "Okay, we're gonna go hunt for the sword," and you're like, "Hold on," and you pull up that stuff on your laptop.
Okay. No, it sounds cool.
And also, David, you might be like, this is the sorceress of the West. You must please her to win your favor. And I'll be like, I'll just kill her. And you'll be like, no, you can't kill her. No, I'm gonna kill her. And they're like, fine, kill her. Roll a 20.
Yeah. I've
And
got
then
all
you
of the
know,
dice. I
like,
do
I
have
wouldn't
lots
do
of
it if I were
D&D
you.
dice about, but Dev.
Put it this way. One time, we were playing a game and I played it for the first time. I managed to roll high enough to captain the ship. And immediately everybody else wants to restart the game. Because they knew what I was going to do.
Ah.
I decide, let me crash the ship into the mountain. And they're like, Dev, you can land safely, it's fine. I'm like, no, crash the ship.
Okay, but is there like a safety measure to say like, okay, this one guy keeps screwing up the game by crashing the ship? Can we just say, well, you're dead now and get rid of this guy?
You can,
Yeah, you just bring up a cool monster and then kill him.
yeah. And then
Like
what really
you
fucks
can
up the-
create a specific monster that will take him out of the game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not cool to do, but it has been done.
sure. Okay, guys, have you seen anything that you want to react to? Are there any trailers, things that we should be checking out? Tim.
Pluribus. Really good.
Yes. Okay, I've only seen the first episode, but so
Okay.
let's not get into heavy spoilers. But what were your thoughts? How have you seen all of it that's come out so far?
I've seen all that's been released. I can't wait until the next episode on Friday, Thursday.
Yeah.
It's good. You know, everyone's happy because of virus, like Hive Mind happy, and there's a couple of grumpy people who still aren't part of the Hive Mind, and you see that play out. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, I've only seen the first episode, and I'll be honest,
Okay.
we watched a trailer of this about a month ago on here, and I saw that it was something about everyone's happy but one person, but I had no idea how they get to that. The first episode is shockingly good. Like when it starts unraveling what's happening, it was this thing we were talking about earlier. Actually, we just lost Nick. I bet did Nick just go without like saying he's got to go see it?
Yeah,
He always does this. He's like
No,
Batman. You turn around and he's gone. But it was this thing we were saying at the beginning of the show about like The Walking Dead or something like this. When you first don't quite know what's happening, it's super interesting. So I will be interested to see where the show goes later. But guys, Dev, Cap, have you seen?
What's the
this at all?
show's name?
Pluribus.
What's the show's name?
I'll bring up
Pluribus.
I'll chat.
to this. But yeah, so far I'm very, very impressed. But you're saying it stays good as it goes on, Tim?
Yeah. Each episode's different. You know, the main character travels to different places. The story, it's an interesting story in that it explores the rules of communication between the happy people and grumpy people. And the person that main character also reminds me of a coworker I once worked with. That part's not fun, but whatever. Wham!
Yeah.
That's about it. Like I really enjoyed it, and you know, Apple TV always kind of, they have like Foundation, they have Murderbot, like they have a lot of cool creative franchises that
Tim,
know,
you seen
Tetris.
Murderbots?
They have Murderbot. Yep, it's like 6 or 7 minute episodes.
Murderbot.
but honestly,
Yeah.
they need.
No, Murderbusters is another
No, I'm
show.
surprised Tim has seen.
Not the same one, Cap. Different one.
Has seen that one.
Different one.
Exactly, I'm gonna-
Different one.
Talk
Different
about
one.
it.
Right.
So I'm talking about the anime. I'm talking about the animated one.
Yeah. So he's talking about a different one. But yeah, what I saw was the latest season of Tulsa King came out recently, and
yes, go on.
they've in this season they've sent a mercenary to try and kill Stallone.
I think I know what you're going to say, but is it the actor who's playing it?
Yeah, yes, a new character debuts,
Yeah.
and they're going to be the leader of a new spin-off called Nola King, which is set in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. So I've seen a tiny clip, and when I watched this tiny clip, it came up just on like TikTok or whatever. Samuel L. Jackson's in it, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
He's a mercenary, and he's going to be the main character of Nola King.
I love that idea. I think that's.
Is he playing that? Is he playing Darius Kincaid from that movie that he did with Ryan Reynolds? As you say, he was a mercenary.
Sort of.
I feel like it's.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah, similar.
Okay, Kincaid is a
have
really
you seen
good
that?
name, isn't it? Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Darius Kincaid.
Kincaid. I think it was in Eddie Murphy. Oh, Bowfinger. Do you remember Bowfinger?
Yep.
That is
Yeah.
such a good movie, and I think like the villain or something they say about that, they're like Kincaid, and so it's just a good name for like a villain or something. Yeah. So, but anyway, so what I was going to say about Pluribus, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It is on Apple TV, which I have literally had since Black Friday. So I'm going to now be able to finally see that Tetris movie. I've had it. I've got it for like 6 months at half price, and I can cancel at any time. It doesn't look like there's tons of different things in there. I think you could probably watch everything on Apple TV in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. There was a really good movie with like Chris Evans, but I can't remember the name of it. Where he's a
Terminal. Terminal.
no, it's like a secret agent movie, I think, and it has a lot of cameos of other actors in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah, there's a few things which it just feels like this is the weird thing about. There is a whole world out there. If people don't have Netflix or they don't have Prime or they don't have Apple TV, it's just like there's some really big films or shows that I guess it will just feel like to you kind of never existed. Like, what's the other one on Apple TV? Severance or something like this?
Yeah, Severance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have not seen anything. I've not seen that. I do not know what it's about. I know it's meant to be a big deal.
Ghosted and something like a really interesting movie. And it's really spelled really interestingly as well. It's Wolves, but it's spelled WOLFS. And it's starring Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Okay.
How was it?
Assassins.
Yeah. So and that's on Apple.
I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah. Okay. So very very quickly, guys, because I was so hyped for this last week. For like Black Friday? Did anyone get anything cool? Because I spent all of my geek money on getting Apple TV half price. For every single year that Paramount Plus has existed, every single year I've got it like half price or less, because they clearly Paramount Plus isn't doing as big as like Netflix and Disney. Every single year they just allow you to sign up to it at half price. It's not like a one-time thing. And then I got my cinema pass thing so that I can go to see movies every day of the year, and I did achieve getting that. Anyone else get anything cool though, Dev?
I did something similar where I got half price Uber Eats, half price for a year. Like Uber Eats Plus, I got Disney Plus for a year.
Okay, what was the first two you said?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. Okay, nice.
Yeah, like the discount. It was a discount for a year, and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And
There was
Disney
a
Plus.
this at Black Friday this year.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've paid full price for Disney, but I don't. I probably get it in March. So
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Why,
Yeah,
David? Why?
Well, it's because when it started in the UK, it was around when the pandemic happened,
Yeah.
so it was about March time. And God knows, like when it first started, it was like £50. They're probably charging me £400 or £500 a year now, and I'm not even. It just happens automatically, but I've got no idea. Like I keep hearing that its price goes up. Same with Netflix. But go on, Tim.
When something costs £2,000, do they call it a ton?
No,
No, we don't
They
actually.
do?
Yeah.
no.
Okay,
Like
They do
technically,
sometimes
we
some
do.
cases.
It's because like
like that's a whole ton there. Like wow.
okay, so what
Sorry.
actually we might do
Okay.
like
No, in Cockney,
I'm
in like
a
East
nerd.
London, they do.
oh okay,
in
you
the
call it
Cockney
a ton.
areas,
Yeah.
they call it a ton.
But isn't
Interesting.
£1,000 a ton?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
I
There's a
think-
different standard. So
Yeah, American Standard is heavier.
yeah, this is what I was going to say. So,
Our large is actually
£2,000.
extra large.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's pounds. Okay. In my head, 1,000 kilograms is 1 ton.
Oh.
So yeah, pounds is
That
different.
gives me common sense a lot.
A ton is British slang for 100.
Well, yeah, exactly. I know that, like numbers and prices and stuff like this. It's a funny old business because a ton is £2,000, isn't it? Right.
100
Yeah.
about
But no, I mean weight wise. It's £2,000
Yeah.
weight. A ton does mean
Weight.
£100 money, and then there's like, is it a billion? American standard is that when you get to 1,000 million, it's a billion. But the old term for a billion in English used to be a million. So it was like hundreds is 1,000. 1,000 thousands is a million, and it was a million.
David, I'm more
millions
confused
is a
than
billion.
ever now.
Well, okay, I'm just trying to work it. Welcome to measurement battle. Okay, but Nick, sorry, not Nick. Tim, what were you going to say about this ton?
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
You guys, like, I made a really bad joke and you took it very seriously. I freaking love Geek Battle sometimes. Thank you.
Okay.
like analysis.
You're awesome.
Level
Was
analysis
there
of the
somewhere
word
you were
ton.
going with it, Tim?
No, I had an ADD moment. I'm like, whee!
2,000 pounds is a ton.
Yeah.
That was the joke. And we extrapolated the entire.
I
appreciate you guys.
didn't. I mean, I think we were in a blackout. I think during the Black Friday sale, but I did before that. I did get like data bonus, and then I was like trying to download different type of shows and things. I tried to download one of my childhood shows that I watched, Code Lyoko. I downloaded the first season of it. I would say like it doesn't really kind of hold up for me. At least the first episode did.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
Okay.
The other one is that I got was Teen Wolf, and I spotted another doppelganger
Bateman?
of mine. No, the kid in that one. It's kind of like the hair and
kid one
everything. I was
with,
like, ah.
the one with the TV show Superman.
The one with Superman in it. The one
Yeah.
with Superman in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I spotted
got-
another doppelganger of mine.
Okay, well, hold
What
that
was
thought,
that,
Cap. Tim, what have you got there that you're trying to show us?
I got the Age of Madness trilogy. It's written by Joe Abercrombie. He did the first Law trilogy, and it's I was looking at different books written by good authors in the fantasy spectrum. Joe Abercrombie does a pretty good job. That was the only thing I got for sale. Everything else was like tools or construction stuff.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I other than like the things I've mentioned, I really didn't get too much. I think I got like a couple of like microphone things that I'm going to use when I like film live shows and stuff, but they were just things that kind of needed replacing. But I always, it's like Amazon always have like what they used to call it their warehouse deals, but it was like their resale. So things that have been returned are then sold cheaper. And then normally they knock like 30% off. This time they only knocked 20% off. Thank God they didn't drop it to 30%, because I was hovering on this new laptop and I was like, that's meant to be $4,000. It's only 2.5. And I was like, why am I spending 2.5? I can't do this. But thank God it didn't go down, because I almost convinced myself that there was this deal of a century on something I absolutely didn't need and couldn't afford. So you have to be careful with Black Friday sales.
Yeah,
I
they-
always look at the I always look at the starting year prices usually, because this is what they do. So the starting year prices would be like the normal amount, and then later in the months they would cramp the prices up, and then when Black Friday comes, they would go back to like the first year prices just a little bit on the side. So you'll be like, oh, that's a good deal. This used to be really high in the summer.
All right. No, I do agree. I do agree. Dev.
I miss when Black Friday was about punching someone in the head to get a TV.
Well, the pandemic ruined all of this, didn't it? So, like, I don't think I've been outside in like 7 years. So, you know, this is me now. You know, all of you could be AI, but yeah, it used to be that you'd have to go to the shops, but now when you go to the shops, all of the sales have already been online for a week. Everything Black Friday is...
shops people don't even do anything. Like, the shops people don't even... I've only experienced this basically on, like, showrooms and things. When you go and ask for a product, they're like, did you look online? Why? I'm here. Why do I need to look it up online? That's why I came to the store.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Shops are basically useless now.
Yeah. It's weird. I remember years ago, so in the UK we had a chain of shops called Woolworths. And they might have an American equivalent. I don't know if it still exists.
But it exists in Australia.
It still exists in Australia. And I think you can get Woolworths online. But I remember just after Christmas, maybe 10 years ago, maybe even slightly more now, I can tell you when it was by a video game. So there was the video game Guitar Hero or Rock Band, and it came with the drums. It's whenever that came out. So about 2010, 2009, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, they're going to be closing down soon. Everything's 50% off. And it was like leading up to Christmas. But then in the days just up to like leading up to New Year, it reached a point where one day was 90% off. And I got so many things. Like literally these Guitar Hero drums and stuff like that. Like with the guitar, everything. It was meant to be like £130 down to £13. And stuff like this. It was just insane prices. I got DVDs, I got video games, I got books, I got everything. It was like the best Christmas period ever. Because it's like, I just bought 10 years worth of stuff. You know, and it's like, it was like, well, all of the money I got at Christmas from my relatives and stuff, that's all gone now. But it was a good time when, because it was madness. It was just getting into the store and grabbing stuff off the shelves. And it's like, oh, someone else is, and there's the person that's picked something up, and when they've picked up the thing and they're looking at it, and you're just hovering in the background, being like, willing them, put that down, and as soon as they've gone like that for a second, now they might be getting their phone out their pocket, but you're like, I've got it now, it's mine, I've got it, you know. And occasionally you'd get into an argument with someone, and you're like, oh, sorry, can I just get that? And they're like, calm down, mate, and stuff like this. But it was just a crazy time.
Is it literally like rugby with like household items where you just go to the counter and you get tackled and then someone just wrenches it out of you?
Yeah.
It's like
go on, Dev.
Was it Last Action Hero or like which one was the movie with Turbo Man?
That was
Turbo Man.
Yeah, that was Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, no, it was kind of like that because there was another shop that shut down, but then it's reopened. But it was, if you know it, like Curry's PC World. So it was Curry's shutting down. And they'd got like a Nintendo DS Lite or something. And I'd already got a Nintendo 3DS at this point. But I'd never owned a DS Lite. Oh, no, sorry. It was a DSi with a camera in it. And it was on a shelf behind the counter. And I was like, it's limbo time. And so I was going underneath the counter to take this off the shelf. And I was like, what's the price on this? So I know what the 30 or 40% off is. And the guy there who works, might have been a manager or a deputy assistant manager. He's like, where did you get that? I was like, sure, it was on the shelf. So that was put behind and clearly it was for him. And I was like, you bastard. But yeah, no, these sales could be fun.
when it's 90% off, you got to look in all the corners because there's obviously going to be a couple of retail workers who hide something.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
occasionally you find that one little thing.
Yeah. No, it was good time.
But now everything's online, so log
Yeah.
into your computers and just count the seconds.
Yeah.
Well, there's this thing called dynamic pricing, which is happening in the United States right now. Is like they're changing the prices of products in a grocery store based on how wealthy the neighborhood is or how wealthy the consumer is. So, like, you're starting to see.
The Ticketmastering shit.
Sorry?
The
I think they
Ticketmastering shit.
actually done that, Tim, because like I
Yep.
think in local stores here, specifically groceries, right? You can get groceries at different places in different prices. I think it's again mostly neighborhoods, but also mostly availability. So if there's like a street and there's like a one store for groceries, anything you buy there is going to be like a few rupees higher than what you would get like in a town area where there's a lot of stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that also changes things too. Like the nature of retail is, I feel like it's more manipulative on the pricing side rather than just transparent. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, guys, go on, Kat.
Although we do have a law, so anything packeted that has a price tag, you cannot change that one because that's the law. But that's not where they actually get the money from. They get money from like eggs and like normal vegetables and things like that because there's no price tag in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll begin to wrap things up here, but I'll have a quick check to see if there's any late breaking news. Something here which says about a spoiler of the teaser or trailer of Supergirl, but when you read what it is, it says it opens with Crypto peeing on a space rock, and then you see Kara, who's Supergirl, who is still drunk, and then it shows a montage of her fighting alien threats, which, to be honest, is
James God.
Yeah, I just realised I'm disintegrating slowly. There you go, I'm back. But yeah, that sounds like that doesn't really tell you anything about the movie. I expect we'll see Crypto in it. We saw that she was drunk at the end of Superman. So
It's just Lindsay Lohan's career, but with superpowers.
yeah. Okay, so
when you described it, I already hate the tone of it. It's like, oh no, another
I just
Suicide
love.
Squad movie.
I love like maybe my first crush was Supergirl in that 1980s Supergirl movie. So I just hate the idea that it might be because like she was like Superman. She was like kind and honest, and I was just like, you're wonderful, and and now it's just like, hey bitch, I'm super shit, whatever. It was just like the tone of it was just like, this isn't Supergirl. She isn't a role model. But anyway. So, guys.
I'm super.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's find out where we can find everyone on... Go on, Dev. Do you have something
before I have some breaking news.
Go for it.
I don't know if you guys saw what I posted in the Geek Battle chat where they listed all the different teams in Doomsday.
The different teams
they separated everyone by team on Doomsday.
Okay, go on.
It's basically you've got the Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
the Wakandans, which is like Shuri, M'Baku, and Namor. They got Fantastic Four. You got the Avengers. You got the X-Men, the Fox X-Men grouped together.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically, Loki's listed as an Avenger.
Interesting.
Sam has his own.
Isn't he
Avengers.
like now an omnipotent being that somehow does story shit or something like that? It's like he's now in Yggdrasil or something like that.
He was sat in a chair just holding together the fabric of the multiverse, basically, wasn't he? So how they'll rescue him from there, I don't know.
And they turned... I think they turned the whole fabric of timelines into Yggdrasil, basically, in the end of the Loki season 2. Basically, he turned it into Yggdrasil, and he sits in the chair
So
Again, nothing to do with really Norse mythology, because like Loki doesn't go to that far.
Apparently, the reason that Loki gets involved is because one of the first things Doom does is raid the TVA.
Oh, okay. Do you know what? I feel like that's unnecessary. So we're just gonna get a scene so that people who haven't watched Loki and don't have a clue what any of this TVA stuff was about, they're just gonna waste time that shows Doctor Doom turn up there, kill Owen Wilson and a couple of other characters that we don't recognise, just to show that, oh, I'm doing this to the multiverse, just so they can then open a portal. Why can't they just say that Doctor Strange found a new spell and this is how Spider-Man appeared, right? So they just need Doctor Strange to open this. They don't need to bring in the whole TVA and complicate things.
The whole TVA is the what wrecked the Marvel universe. That bullshit of a thing, like, where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do like a '50s comedy of like a bureaucracy of the multiverse." You hanged yourself on a pure aesthetic, then you've broken your entire universe because these goofballs running around trying to trim the universe.
I kind of agree. However based in the comics the TVA may or may not be, right? I think the idea that there is already some governing body who maintains the multiverse just means that it's not just some natural thing anymore. Like there was a TV
and it's not even fun. It's not even fun in an interesting way. If it's like we were expecting, like, okay, who is running the show, and you kind of expect big beings, like, oh, these like powerful creatures are out there doing stuff. Like, no,
boring.
This is just office junkies just running around goofballs.
There was a show I really liked. There was a show I really liked in the 90s. Called Good Night Sweetheart. I've probably spoken about it on the show a couple of times before. British sitcom where the main character walks down an alleyway from the 1990s and suddenly he appears and he's during the Second World War. It's such a fun concept for a show. And then when it only because the concept for the show could only really last about 5 years because he's got future knowledge about what happens in World War II. He pretends he's a spy, and that way he's able to help in small ways because he looks up, oh, there's going to be a bombing in this building. So, his love interest, we shouldn't be there. How do you know? It's like, oh, got to keep quiet until they believe he's a spy. When it gets to the natural end of this, then, they have to, in some way, decide, is he going to stay in the past? Is he going to keep doing this? And the series just ends. But in the last series, they suddenly just have that. Suddenly he goes to where this time portal is, just this alleyway, and there's someone there just like fixing it. And he's like, who are you? He's like, oh, well, I'm from, basically says like the time agency or something like this. And there's like just people that just are aware of time travel and aware of time travelers. And he's from the future and he's going to shut down this portal once and for all. And it just takes the mystique out of it because it's like, oh, so there's lots of these things and anyone could do it. It's not some phenomena, it's just something that can be controlled, and it does kind of kill it.
And grand or mysterious, like, and that's one of the thing about like about Doctor Who, at least when Doctor Who is good in the stuff that you guys send me, is that like you don't really know what the Doctor Who is, and most of the people don't get an idea of what the heck this thing is that he is. As long as you keep it that way, because he's still mysterious, he's still like, oh, this amazing thing that you don't know what's happening here. So if they had done that would have been fine. That's also what Professor Paradox did in the Ben 10 cartoons as well, is that as long as, again, we would expect something grand instead of being, the Office Space in the multiverse. It sounds like a cool idea, but I'm telling you, it will wreck a lot of your world building, just like...
Yeah. Okay, let's begin to... Dev.
You mentioning that just reminded me that
Go on then.
I saw, not that show, but I saw the sequel to it. There was a sequel to that show.
What, Good Night Sweetheart?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They did one episode when they did like this comedy thing. Is that what you're talking about?
It's called Many Happy Returns, which apparently it was a sequel.
I don't think this is true.
Like, it's a one-off...
hang on. Wait, was it just the name of the episode?
No, it was like a special called Many Happy Returns.
Yeah, and it was set in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's they did a revival special, and that was it. And they
Yeah,
want.
'cause
Okay, Dev, do you know the story of what's happened this year about it?
What?
So they wanted to make it a full series then, but BBC, because look, one of the problems with this show is that the main character is married in the 1990s, then meets someone he loves in the 40s, and he's an absolute bigamist. And you can imagine by the time it's about 2015, people are like, should we really be promoting this character? So they did do that one-off special, but the BBC were like, we're not doing it. But do you know what's happened this year? They have written a book about what the rest of that series would have been.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was crowdfunded. Do you know what? I need to. It might even be out now. But they probably can't make it because they've probably aged out of that because it had to be set in the 60s. But yeah, I did see that. That was cool.
Because I didn't see the original. I saw the new one basically.
You haven't seen the Dev? Check it out, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So okay, we'll wrap things up. So I'll find this and just show you the book. But Cap, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Sword Deeds, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. And there's a sketch out there for The Lion King answering the question, why is Simba so weak? And there's also another short sketch where Jeremy Irons gives his thoughts on Scar, and then Scar reacts to it. And there's a new short, which is about something that I can't describe. I'll just put it on the group chat, and you guys decide whether to click it or not. I say you should click it when I share it.
Okay. Tim.
You can find me at this Instagram account. Otherwise, I'm just kind of bopping around the Providence area doing improv, arts, and firefighting.
Okay, Dev.
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch on the name of 3D.
Oh, we're getting some wicked sound disruption. Go for that again, Dev.
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch on the name FWDAT.
Okay, awesome. Now, just very quickly before I do me, so this is the book. They did it on Kickstarter. They needed to raise £30,000. They raised 35,000. But it was like there was never a Series 7 of Goodnight Sweetheart. But if there had been, and if you read what the premise of it is about, they should have made it. It's so good. It's literally so good. I'll tell you this tiny bit. So he pretended he was a spy in the 1940s. By the time it's the 1960s, he goes to a dinner party and he bumps into Ian Fleming, who obviously he then becomes the inspiration for James Bond. But because Ian Fleming was a spy, he now thinks that the main character was a bad spy. I haven't read the book, but when I read the premise, it sounds incredible. My name is David Pisansky. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and X, etc. at David Pisansky. Follow all things Geek Battle. I'm gonna make a new version of the logo that is green screen friendly, but you get the idea. Check out all of the merch on wherever the merch can be got from, Xstreamed.tv, etc. And with that, until next time, stay safe, always stay extremed, live long and prosper, nanu nanu,